begin with the proceedings. For those of you who may or may not know where you are right now, welcome to the Injini Cohort 3 launch event. Hosted by our sponsors, AWS. This will mark the third time that AWS has partnered with Injini to host such an event. And once again, we would like to thank AWS and the organizers for this. It's such an event. Can we please have a round of applause for them? Right. So my name is Victor Mushabe, and I will be the MC for this evening. I work at Lightbulb Education, and I'm the CTO there. Lightbulb Education provides a learning management system that provides the tools and services for content management and interactive collaboration among students and users. Injini is the first and still the only EdTech dedicated startup incubator and seed investment program in Africa. This is the third cohort since the Injini program started in 2017. Lightbulb Education was fortunate enough to be part of last year's Cohort 2 program, which I can confidently say greatly benefited us. Personally, I used to be sitting behind a computer, and now I'm called upon to pitch to investors, partners, and potential clients. Today I was asked to MC so I can call on startups to pitch to investors, potential clients, and other partners. So maybe one of you guys next year will be the MC. During the Injini program, we go through a number of workshops, such as sales, pitching, office culture, production, and management, among others. Things that people are not always exposed to, or perhaps take for granted. But best of all, you're working with a hard-working team that are dedicated and genuinely care about the impact your business is trying to make in the educational space in Africa. Through their training, advice, and support, you learn more about yourself and your business. True value. It also doesn't hurt that they give you some money. Through Injini, we also became an AWS EdStart member. AWS has provided Lightbulb with services that have given us an opportunity to grow our business exponentially. And with their support team, address technical problems in a flash. If you don't believe me, you'll find a number of AWS members around here. Just ask them yourself. The cohort you're going to meet today is composed of 8 startups that are selected from almost 450 applications throughout Africa. Injini continues to be a Pan-African incubator. And you'll see that these startups are from 5 different countries: Nigeria, Kenya, Tanzania, and South Africa. But before we meet them, I'd like to introduce our keynote speaker. I'd like to welcome Robbert Paddock, who sits on the Injini board of directors, to give opening remarks. Some of you may know Rob from an EdTech company that he started called GetSmarter, which was acquired by 2U for approximately 1.4 billion rand in 2017. Rob has now moved on to another EdTech venture, Hubble Studios, which empowers organizations to educate people through technology. Please welcome on stage, Robbert Paddock.
Thank you very much, and thanks for that very kind introduction. Ladies and gentlemen, well done for getting out tonight. Hey, the weather's nuts. It's crazy. And not only can we say that under this roof we have some of Africa's finest EdTech talent, we can also say that Cape Town is a place where when you turn the tap on, water will come out. And that's what I'm grateful for tonight. So sorry if you got a little bit of water on your head, but it was definitely worth it. So thanks again for those very kind introductory remarks. I'm absolutely thrilled to be here tonight. I think what's happening at Injini, and I think the opportunity that EdTech represents in Africa, not only to transform education, But to create real economic opportunity for the entrepreneurs and the communities that they serve is absolutely unprecedented. And I guess the story of GetSmarter, which is the business I've spent the majority of the last 12 years being involved in, and the success of GetSmarter is so intrinsically tied with its place of origin, which is right here in Cape Town, South Africa. And I would say to you a few things about the opportunities, specifically in Africa, that EdTech can help solve. The first thing is that we've got a lot of educational problems to solve. I mean, I'm seeing a few heads nod around the room. There are some serious challenges as it relates to education in Africa. Am I right? Absolutely. And our current analog thinking is not solving those. We, and I'm looking specifically at the cohort members here, we have an immense opportunity to have a significant impact on the very real educational challenges. And educational challenges at its core are always human challenges. But the opportunity to use technology to augment the role of people in the learning process and the solutions that we can roll out is astonishing. And I can tell you firsthand from the experience that we had, we were able to design and develop a solution that had 92% of the students who started these open enrollment programs graduate effectively at the end. 92% of those who started graduate at the end. And the solution that we created was so unique that we managed to get the attention of the world's best universities. So really the first 7 years of GetSmarter's existence was entirely focused on solving a very real African problem, which is that working professionals didn't have sufficient access to professional development short courses accredited by great universities. So we worked with the likes of the University of Cape Town, the University of Witwatersrand, and Stellenbosch University for almost 7 years, educating students throughout the African continent. And the success of what we developed and the methodologies that we developed started to get the attention of the world's best universities. And it was around 2015 that we started reaching out to the world's best universities, and they paid attention. They paid attention to what we were doing and what we thought was this little Cape Town, South Africa. And my biggest encouragement to you guys is don't think about where you are in the world and Africa as this separate thing from the rest of the global economy. What we do here sends waves throughout the rest of the world. And we had the opportunity with universities like Harvard University, MIT, Oxford University, Cambridge, Stanford, and more that came on board with us. And that's a lot of what ended up contributing to our sale to you in 2017. So solving education problems in Africa, the problems are so unique and so deeply rooted that when we solve those, don't limit yourself to thinking that the application is only limited to this continent. There's application far beyond, and the tenacity of African entrepreneurs is probably the second most important thing in why it's a great time to be launching an EdTech business in Africa. Guys, the human capital that sits on this continent and the tenacity and ferocity with which we tackle issues is astonishing. We've now competed and played on a global stage, and I can tell you that every time I come back to South Africa and I work with South African and African entrepreneurs, I'm absolutely blown away. We've got something unique here, and the only people who don't realize it are us. We think that the world's best talent is going to come from the UK and it's going to come from the States. And I'm here to say that I can tell you categorically from first-hand experience that the talent that we have on this continent is absolutely phenomenal. So back yourselves and back your team, because you've got something very, very special that you can contribute. So guys, I'm absolutely thrilled to be here. I feel very privileged to be a board member on Injini, and really just a very big round of applause to you as the third cohort members. Best of luck.